Good morning. February 16th out at Park Circle. We're now in pin position B. It's exciting change. Thinking about numbers 11 and 12. Oh, stiff this morning. I've actually aced this position before. Let's try that disc. See if it knows the way to the basket again. Nope. Same line. Numbers 1 through 10 has been telling us all about how God is providing for the people and giving them instructions and celebrating the Passover and pronouncing blessing on them. And in this next chunk, we see 11 and 12. The people just complain all the time. Nope, not high enough. They complain about their misfortune. Their misfortunes like being let out of slavery and being put into a covenant relationship with God. All those misfortunes. And God's anger burns out. Next thing they complain about is meat. So remember, they've just celebrated the Passover, so they've had lamb. And they're just remembering how good it was in Egypt when they had all this food and fish and stuff. But they were in slavery. Now they just have, bread from heaven. And they complain about it. And Moses is pretty exasperated by their complaints. That's not really where the basket is. So he goes to the Lord. Says, what do you want me to do with these people? How am I supposed to feed them all meat? The Lord hears their complaint, and he promises to give them meat. He says he'll give them not meat for a day or a week. Grip-lot. But he'll give them meat for a whole month. And Moses kind of freaks out about it. He's like, where are we going to find the herds for that? God says, I got it. Moses is rightly worried about trying to feed 600,000 men and their families. Some scholars estimate it might have been up to 2 million people, meat. And the Lord answers by bringing in quail, tremendous amount of very stupid quail that only fly about 3 feet off the ground. And the people began to gather quail and eat it. It says that the person who gathered the least collected almost 60 bushels of quail. That's a lot of meat. Even as the people are enjoying their meat, the Lord is kindled in anger against their complaints. And as the quail is in their teeth, it's one of those days, he brings a plague on them. And then as if this weren't enough, in chapter 12, Aaron and Miriam, Moses' older siblings, make a play for leadership, claiming the status of prophets, which is true, they had both prophesied, and complaining about their sister-in-law. And Moses humbly brings it before the Lord, and the Lord rebukes them. Aaron's a priest, so he's kept clean. Miriam, on the other hand, is given leprosy just for a week as a reminder that it's the Lord who is righteous and does what is good, not them. Bad disc golf today. It's fine. We are so much like the people of Israel. Think about it. They've been brought out of slavery. They've had their every need provided for. Their enemies have been defeated. They are now in a covenant relationship with God, who has made a way for them to know him and to be made right with him. They've been promised a promised land. And all they can do on the walk there is complain against the Lord complain against his leadership, complain against his provision, and the Lord will not be taken lightly. We should remember this in our own walk. The Lord is being good to us, even if we can't see it, even if we struggle to see it. He's saved us through Christ, and he's taking us to a new creation, a better promised land. So don't be like the Israelites. Don't complain. Take your request to God, but know that he'll provide for you. Don't complain against his leadership. Seek to see leaders that are humble before him. Lots of good to learn in Numbers 11 and 12. See you next time.